What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm bringing you guys another Black Ops 2 tips and tricks video, and this one's going to be kind of short and sweet. I mean, it's a super useful tip, but it's really simple and really easy to do, but a lot of you guys are going to be able to take advantage of it, so it's really one of the best type of tips out there, so I'm excited to share it with you guys. But before we get into it, one thing I quickly want to recommend is a new game called PlanetSide 2. This is some gameplay on screen right now. It's a first-person shooter. It's a lot of fun. I'm actually going to be posting some gameplay on my second channel if you guys want to check that out. But anyway, Machinima gave me the ability to sign you guys up for free, so if you want a free game, check the link down in the description. You guys can check it out if you want. If not, no big deal. You don't need a super powerful PC to play it, and overall, it's a lot of fun, so check it out if you guys want to. But anyway, back to Black Ops 2, back to what my channel is all about. What are we going to be doing today? I'm going to be teaching you guys how you can sprint for longer distances, both with and without extreme conditioning. So this tip is very useful. As you guys know, off the start of any game mode, if you can get to the middle of the map and get in cover before the enemy team, that puts you at a huge advantage. So this works in pretty much any game type, but then of course if you're playing something like S&D or CTF or Domination or something where you can sprint to the objective faster, that's even more useful there. So overall, this tip is very useful. You guys are going to use it all the time, and as I said, it's very simple. So let's check this out. Now, starting off here on Carrier, let's get our bases down. Let's just run with an SMG with no extreme conditioning on it and see where we get, okay? So as you're going to see, we're going to get to this vertical standing piece of metal. I have no clue what it is, but we get to that vertical part. Now, let's test how extreme conditioning affects your sprint duration. So we're going to switch to another class. It's the exact same, except that has extreme conditioning on it. And as you guys are going to see, we're going to get to in between this jet plane and the barrels. So if we look back, that's about twice as far. So I would say extreme conditioning just about doubles your sprint distance or sprint duration on any class. Now, let's test if the type of weapon you're holding in your hands affects your duration. So, you know, if you're using an assault rifle versus an SMG versus an LMG, what's the answer? It doesn't affect it. So as you guys can see here, I'm going to use all different types of weapons with extreme conditioning on the class, and we're always going to get to that same spot in between the plane and the barrels. So the weapon in your hands, whether it's an LMG, an SMG, an AR, whatever, it doesn't affect how long you sprint, it just affects how fast you sprint. I'll be doing a video on the sprint speeds later, but for right now, we know it doesn't affect the distance that you can sprint. So how can you improve your sprint distance? How can you sprint for longer durations? The combat knife, baby. So easy. So let's go back to our original class without extreme conditioning. Let's see how far we go when we're holding the combat knife. Check this out, guys. Wow. Absolutely insane. We got to almost the extreme conditioning point that we were at before. It's about in between. It's a little bit closer to the extreme conditioning point than it was to the non-extreme conditioning point. So that's a huge improvement. It's almost like you have extreme conditioning without having the perk on. So that's really useful. Now the question is if you have extreme conditioning and run with the combat knife, what happens there? We're going to run off the boat, baby. That's how far you can sprint with the combat knife and extreme conditioning. It's almost like double extreme conditioning. So this tip is it's extremely useful, guys. You can take control of a map off the start of the spawn very quickly and get in cover before the enemy team, giving you a huge advantage. And then also for things like search and destroy or domination or anything else where you can get to an objective faster, that's obviously very useful as well. So anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I've got a bunch of great Black Ops 2 tips and tricks like this one coming soon. And thank you guys so much for watching. So check out PlanetSide 2 if you want to. Thanks to Mr. I Try Hard for the idea for this tip video. And thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.